Hello everybody, this is Lucas McCoy coming at you live from the Elevate Real Estate Studio. It is so great to be back and be with each and every single one of you out there. It's always great to be able to be here and share messages. So I just got back from taking a few days trip. Went down to Punta Gorda, Florida and Lehigh. Went to do some kayaking on the Rainbow River. Got to check out some natural springs. And it was absolutely amazing. And it was much needed recharge time that I needed to take. I wanted to talk about recharging and why that is so very, very important, because all work and no play makes me a dull boy. It could make you a dull boy or girl. We cannot be all the time into work. There has to be times that you be intentional and step away from the work you are doing. That way you can recharge. It's no different than these little supercomputers that we carry around with us. They got to be charged and recharged every so often. You're the same way. You're not much different. Every so often, your software and hardware has to be updated. How do you do it? You might be like, well, I'm not a computer. How do I do that? Well, that's actually easy. Reading books and, trying to find ways to better and improve our lives. That is updating your software and your hardware, so to speak. One thing that has been extremely instrumental to me being able to take this time to recharge is having an amazing team around me to where I can do that. Particularly, I really want to focus and highlight Mr. Austin Harris, who has been an assistant to me here at the office, and I cannot say enough great things about this man. He is an absolutely amazing human being to work with. Very trig and smart. You only need to tell him about one, maybe two times something, and he's on it. And he's thinking of ways to make it better. But also, he does take time to recharge his batteries, because you can't pour from an empty cup. And you can't, if your battery is charged and you can't, if you can't help yourself, how are you going to help somebody else? So you've got to make sure that your battery is recharged. And a great way of helping you get that battery recharged is to surround yourself with a great network of people who you can work with and you can delegate work to, and you can, just have a really good relationship with them. And that's the secret right there. Another good way of recharging also is prayer and meditation. Now, prayer can look different to everybody. Meditation can look different to everybody. Here's the main takeaway that I want to emphasize on with prayer and meditation, is that you are being intentional with the time to have a relationship with God and to have that time to sort out those thoughts and emotions, or maybe just importantly, just that time to empty your thoughts. Because I'll do that a lot. I will be intentional to set aside time to pray and meditate, and that will be a form of recharging. Another form of recharging is doing things that you like to do. Like, what is that? I mean, is that kayaking down the river? Is it drawing pictures? Or is it writing a book? What is it? Or is it helping someone? That very well might be your way of recharging. Just asking somebody, how's your day been? And listening and trying to be present in that moment with that person. That it can be a form of recharging for you. However that looks for you, that's what I would recommend, because your life does have to have some balance to it. It can't all be work, but it can't all be play, because if you're all play, ain't nothing gonna get done, but if you're all work, you're gonna put yourself in an early grave. Like, that's just what's gonna happen. You're gonna stress yourself till you're getting gray hairs, and you're gonna get a bad heart, and that's no good for anybody, because if you're dead and in the ground, how are you gonna help anybody? But you got to make that time to recharge. Set aside some time for yourself. This is a big reason why I do choose to make Sunday my rest day. Now, that's not to say that there might be a Sunday come along where you have to do something. You got to work. Like, cow gets out of the barn, out of the fence. You got to go get the cow, because that cow ain't just going to come back on its own. So you got to know the difference of when to do each part. There is a time for rest. There is a time for work. There is a time for recharging. There is a time to hit the pedal to the floor and get stuff done. And you got to know the difference between the two. So a good way to tell if you do need that recharge time is, if a task seems like it's taking longer than it needs to take, you probably need to recharge. You need to rest. And it can be just, it doesn't have to be a big one. You don't have to take 5 days off from work like me. It can be like a 20-minute walk. Just go step away from whatever it is you're working on and take just a quick little break to recharge yourself. Go close your eyes for a little bit. Go sit in that dark room and pray or meditate. That's my message I want to share with you guys, is that recharging is a major necessary part of work and working and serving others. And recharging is going to look different to everybody. Like I said, could be kayaking, could be resting, could be going out and helping somebody. Recharging is going to look different to everybody, and all work and no play makes me a dull boy. So I highly, highly, highly encourage you to find things that you enjoy that recharge your battery. Maybe it's your kids. Maybe just spending time with your family and children and your significant other. That's what you need to recharge. Like I said, it's going to look different to everybody. You can't work all the time. It's not good. You will put yourself in an early grave doing that. The last thing I want to say is love your brother and love your enemy too, because I'm telling you, love is much more powerful than hate, and I do feel like we can get a lot more things done with the power of love. And I just want you guys to know I love each and every single one of you, and I hope you all have a most amazing day. If you have any real estate needs that need to be met, you need to buy or sell a home or buy or sell land, please give us a call today. We have plenty of agents on staff who are ready, willing, and able to speak with you to make your dreams come true. We can't do it without you. Again, I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to this message. And my last question to you before I sign off is, how are you going to recharge? Thank you, guys.